Hi guys, this is Navdeep from Delhi Immigration Services. Today we have Mr. Hardeep Singh Brar with us. Mr. Hardeep has got Canada's visa after two refusals, and we will just check with him, check with the sort of experience he had, and how he came out as a successful candidate. So, due to some privacy reasons, we may not be able to show up his face, but anyway, we are more interested in his journey rather than his identity. So, we'll just check with him how his experience. So, Mr. Deep, can you hear us, sir?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, can you just help us to talk about your academic background, like what qualifications you have and everything, and then how you came out as a successful candidate. So, can you just talk us through the entire journey of yours?
Okay, sir. Sir, as such, like I completed my senior secondary in 2018 in a medical stream with a very good percentage of 85%. And the subjects are like a main subject biology, chemistry, and physics, along with the English and the physical education. And then I started preparing for an international language exam. Then I op PTE as an international exam.
So,
And
I'm sorry to interrupt you. In which year have you completed 12th?
in 2018, I completed my 12th.
Okay. And then you started doing PT like right after completion of the 12th grade, or how's it?
Yeah, after like when I completed my 12th, like after like 1 or 2 months later, I started preparing for a PTE exam.
Okay.
And then I gave my exam, and I got my desired score at that time, because at that time the Canada accept like in two modules 5.5 and into 6. And I also received my PT exam with like overall 55 score, which is equal to 6 band score, and not less than 51 score in each module. Like I scored in every module 6 bands in each module.
So it was 6.5 overall, not less than 6. Okay. If we compare it with the others. Okay. Mhm. Uh, I'm sorry, I think we got lost. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, yes, we can hear you, sir. Yes, please continue.
Sorry, this call is coming from my bank. That's why this call is on hold. Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. No problem. Yes, yes. If
So where we are? Like when I completed my PT
yeah,
exam, like yeah.
yeah. You said you completed your IEL PT exam with overall 6.5, not that less than 6, which this score which was equivalent to IELTS. So okay. So what happened afterwards? Like for which program did you apply then?
Yes, sir. Then I applied for a Jan intake in 2019 with the Academic of Learning College in Jan intake. In like the program is medical office assistance.
Okay, so for January 2019, you applied for medical office assistant program at Academy
Yes,
of
sir.
Toronto. Okay.
Yeah. And then I got a refusal in Jan intake. My first refusal in Jan intake in 2019. The reason is so not so strong. Like they only said that like we think that you should not go back to your country after completing your course, and I think that is not a very strong reason.
Okay.
And then I again applied for May intake, May 2019, from the same agency.
Okay.
And then I applied for at that time when I second time I applied for MLC college, and I opted the course in diploma in supply chain management. Then I again got the refusal.
All right.
Yeah. And but then I again got the refusal at that time. The reason is also same. Like I think we think that you should not go back to your country after completing your course. And at that time, I am totally disappointed because of like two refusals. It's it is very demotivated for anybody
Right.
who, anybody who want to study in abroad and got few refusals, and that's a really disappointing thing for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this thing also put the bad impact on my profile. Like no agent want to apply the two refusal cases. Not yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so then I think that the PT is the main reason I got refusal, and then I like to study IELTS, preparing my IELTS, and and one day I think that why I get a refusal, two refusal with like a same reason, and that's also not so strong reason. Then I'm scrolling on the internet to get some information about it. Then I know about get to know about a GCMS notes, and and I open the video. The video is of your agency,
Okay.
and when I see the video, you discuss all the things in the video, how to apply and how many days it took to come GCMS notes, and how it's important for us before we applying if we get a refusal.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And then I make a contact with you, and I book the appointment in Moga.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I remember.
And
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, we applied for GCMS notes, and
Okay.
when we get a GCMS notes, there's clearly mentioned that in my first profile, my the agency is not showing any financial proof, and the another main reason is the agency is not clearly mentioned the PTE result, not able to mention clearly.
Yeah, so
So
that
that
probably, yeah, the precise case was the visa officer wasn't able to verify the PT results because their system is not synced with the PT database. So we have to manually send your PT result from the PT portal directly to the Delhi High Commission so that they can get to know that this result of yours is coming directly from the portal and they are able to verify. Also, we need to share the login credentials with them with the embassy so that even if they want they can simply log in and verify that it's they can verify basically. So that was something which I think was not done in first both of these applications. So that was
yes, sir.
also one common reason in both the applications that it was there.
Yes, sir.
Second,
And
second.
we also applied for two GCMS notes for my first profile and also for my second profile, because in the first profile, like the agency said that you don't need to pay any tuition fee or anything else,
Hmm. Okay.
and we should get approval first, then we should pay our all tuition fees and any other fees like GIC and other things. So at that time when we are applying for GCMS note, that's why. And because in the second time when we apply for like a May intake, at that time I also pay a tuition fee and also GIC.
Okay.
So that's why I applied for two GCMS notes,
Okay. Okay.
because
So
both
so
profile are different.
yeah. And in the second attempt, I think the interestingly enough, they changed the program. So they applied for supply chain management, which I think makes the case more worse because if you're applying for a different program than with which you previously applied, visa officer will definitely come to know that you applied. Your intention previously was to become something else with, let's say, medical office assistant program. You're trying to Your career goal was to become a medical office assistant or something like that, but all of a sudden you didn't get the visa. You're now changing the program, supply chain management, and all of the sudden your career goal is also changed. So this basically puts a dent on the overall credibility of the applicant as a bona fide student. So I think it worsens the case even more. So, but anyway, so
Yeah, sir.
after second refusal, what exactly happened? Like, what steps you one step you made is obviously about the GCMS notes. So I understand we applied for GCMS notes, and then after looking at the GCMS notes, what was your reaction? What were you thinking?
Sir, when I see my GCMS notes and you also verify these notes very clearly, and you also mention like the 2 pages in first time GCMS notes and also in a second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also clearly see that like the agency is not mentioned my result as clearly as the officer want, and
Okay.
they also and then the first one they not showing a financial things and also not verifying the result clearly. That's why the officer refused my case.
Okay. So what
So
happened in
the
the? Yeah.
so
So
the
what happened?
question is
Yeah.
so
Please go ahead.
clear there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So so
and
what?
you also tell me that like we should apply we should also apply for like a PT on PTE, but at that time I'm like not fully sure because after receiving a two refusals, so I think that because at that time I also prepared my IELTS exam, and I think that I scored much better in IELTS than
So
PTE.
what? Yeah. What was your score in IELTS basically?
As such, sir, in my IELTS, as speaking is 7, writing 6, and listening 6.5. But unfortunately, reading got 5.5, and but the overall score is 6.5.
Okay, so you've seen first two applications. You provided documents. You've seen what you saw what SOP and everything was included in the application. So what happened differently in the third application? We applied even for a different program. You applied for two different programs: medical assistant, supply chain. Now all of a sudden, third time we choose
Yeah,
a different, all of a different
yeah,
program.
it's
So
like when we I applied 3 times for a Canada application, and three times I apply for like a different program. First one is another one, second one is other, and this is not third one is also from a different thing.
yeah, so what happened differently in the third application?
Sir, in a third application, you clearly mention my goals. Like when I started in my study in Canada, then when I completed my course, then I came to another things like in professionally, where what can I do with that course? Why I opt that course? You clearly mention step by step all the things in my SOP. It looks so genuine.
Okay, and what even we, if you remember, we also mentioned about your previous refusals and also your
Yeah, you
intention.
also yeah. With you also mention my previous refusal with detail.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So for which program are you going right now? Like for which program you have got the approval?
Sir, now I am going to special care counseling.
Yeah, at CDI college, right?
Yeah, at CDI college.
So practically, like after 2018, after completing 12th grade in 2018, so you did not work, you did not study anything. It was a 2 years gap, right?
Yeah, it's a 2 year gap clearly because I don't study anything like I don't even study any computer program or anything else. I just focus on like the for a foreign study for that thing. Mm, and for that's why I'm not studying in not taking admission in any college in India.
Right. And
Yeah,
I still remember once before filing the application, we spoke to I spoke to your mother as well because she was also very sensitive about this. So how is she right now? Is she happy right now after hearing this good news?
yeah, so she is very happy. And as we said, like when we met in Moga at the appointment and before we file our application, when we apply for our CDA college for an offer letter, at that time, I spoke to you like this is my last time I am doing for the applying for the Canada again,
Hmm.
and you make my dream in a real.
Okay. It
Yeah.
was basically, so what was going on in your mind actually? A lot of students were also, facing two refusals, three refusals. So after that, they they tend to think about some other countries. They say, okay, maybe Canada is not for them. It's not working out. So, what made you to apply for the third time? Why did you apply? Because you got two refusals
Sir,
already.
I think first of all, the student should go for, for a educated person. Like they should talk to the agencies, staff, and with also talk with the other agencies when they are satisfied with the conversation. The first thing is the agency is should be well educated, because when I applied for the first two times from a local agency, they are not well qualified as I think that.
Okay.
And the another thing is please choose your program clearly as related to your subjects and related to your senior secondary, and also read your SOP. As you sent me the SOP, I can clearly see the details mentioned in it. And the another thing is I want to say to the students who got a refusal, they must go for a GCMS notes before if they got a refusal like for one time, two time, and that is not for many times. But anytime if they got a refusal, they not file their application for second time before. Please apply GCMS note before file the second time application. When you are applying, please apply for GCMS note because the details is mentioned in it. And don't lose the hope, because if when you see the GCMS notes, they clearly mention all the things why because at what point the application gone wrong, and what make them it's from approval to make it in a refusal. So they when they see the when I see my application like a GCMS notes, and I can clearly see that what gone wrong in my application and why I got a refusal.
Right, right. Appreciate that. So, other than this, is there any piece of advice would you like to that you would like to give to the other students who are also, having three refusals, sometimes four refusals? So, what one piece of advice other than the GCM's note would you like to give to them that they shouldn't probably give up, or what other advice would you give? Are you there, sir? I think I've lost you. Hello. Yes, Mr. Hardeep, can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, so I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. So my question was like, what one piece of advice would you like to give to the students who are, probably facing three refusals, four refusals, and still confused about what they should do? So what one piece of advice, other than applying for GCMS notes, would you like to give to them?
So the other devices should go for a authorized agency with a well qualified staff, and who can take your case 100% sure. Like when we met and when we talk on when I make a contact with you via call, you make me 100% sure that I'm 100% sure with your profile you will
Yeah,
get 100% a visa. Like that hope should be in that agent,
sure.
because if the agency is not 100% sure with the profile, and then don't go for that agency, because agency is not clear with your profile, is that
Yeah,
agency is
yeah,
not
yeah.
satisfied with your profile.
Yeah, so at the same time, I would also like to add, like if somebody is also giving you 100% surety that you'll get the visa, that may also be wrong. But yes, it's important to be confident enough in the profile that we can definitely do it, and this profile definitely has the potential. So that we have to understand the difference between that. But if somebody is saying like, okay, we will get you the visa 100%, so that is something that nobody can guarantee that, because ultimately the visa approval decision depends on the discretion of the officer. But yes, as in a consultant, as in as a person, if you're taking the responsibility, so we have to be 100% sure before before we take a next step of maybe even applying for a certain program or applying for the visas. So I appreciate your advice, Sandeep. Thank you so very much. And Is there anything, if would you like to add to this conversation or before we end this?
Um, yes, sir. The only thing I want to add like that, like I highly recommend the students who got a refusal and who want to do a file. Please visit a Delhi immigration and also make a contact with.
Sure, sure. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your kind words. And I hope you are very, very happy after the approval and, including your family members. So I wish you a great luck. And in case of any more questions also, you're most welcome to contact us anytime. And we will definitely be in touch. Thank you very much for coming here and talking to us.